This is the book of Daniel, part 6. And we are going to be looking at chapter 2 from verse 14 downwards. The order by the king to kill the wise men of Babylon was hasty. Now, because the king was hungry, he made a hasty order. Many of us also make hasty decisions because we have allowed anger to rule over us. Hasty decisions, a hasty decision is that decision that is made without considering the consequence. Anytime you make decisions without looking at the consequence or the consequences, then you are making an hasty decision. Many make hasty decisions on who to marry, the kind of location to live, the type of friends to have, and now they are regretting it. You can't make an hasty decision and not regret it. No. Hasty decision will always lead to regret. When it has to do with matters that can define your future or the direction in which your life will go, being hasty is not a wise way to make decision. Before making any decision, check the consequence. Daniel had to ask the king's captain in verse 15 to know why the king's decree was so hasty, because he knew that is not the wise. He knew that kind of decision is not wise. As a wise man, Daniel knew it is not wise to make hasty decisions. That was why he was asking the captain, why is the king's decision so hasty? Wisdom is not defined by how fast or how slow you can move. It is defined by how steady you move. Being steady speaks of stability. When Arioch, who was the king's captain, told Daniel the problem, then he went in to the king and asked him to give him some time. It was not specific, but yet the king agreed. Meanwhile, other people requested for time, but that was not granted. When people know that you are unique, they will not find it difficult to work with you. When people know that you are special, agreeing with you will not be hard. Agreeing to what you are saying, will not be hard when they know that there is something special about you. In verse 17, Daniel went to his house and told his 3 companions about what was happening. Your companions really matters in life. If the Bible says that the companion of fools will be destroyed, then it means that the companion of wise will bring safety. Who you choose to work with really matters in life. From the kind of people you move with, we can determine the type of person you are. Your company can define what accompanies you. Show me your friends, and I will tell you who you are. In verse 18, Daniel and his 3 friends began to pray for mercy. They knew that the only thing that can bring the need, they knew that the only thing that can bring the needed solution is mercy. The king does not even deserve it because he is an idol worshiper. But God must show mercy because the life of others is at risk. That was why Daniel and his friends began to ask for mercy. They knew the king does not deserve an answer, but an answer has to come because the lives of people are at stake. Daniel had just 3 friends. How many friends do you have? Your greatness cannot be uncountable when your friends are uncountable. Gathering too many friends can be a sign that you are not wise. It can even be a sign that you are already distracted. The day you know where you are going is the day you will identify the kind of friends to move with. Friendship is not by force. If you must have friends, then gather few. Gather few people who are going the same direction as you. If you move with people who are not going the same direction as you, then get ready for distraction, because they will they will stop you from going towards your direction, whether knowingly or unknowingly. The kind of friends Daniel gathered were people he could go to for prayers, and they will agree to pray with him. What type of friends do you have? I hope the kind of friends you have are not those ones that will discourage you from serving God. I hope they are not those ones that will encourage you to sin just to look civilized. Sin is not civilization, it is ungodliness. Daniel became great because he surrounded himself with friends who believe in his God and can pray with him. If you also, if you also can follow this pattern, then greatness is sure. In verse 19, the secret was revealed to Daniel. They prayed as a team, but the Lord revealed the secret to Daniel. Look at that. They prayed as a team, but the Lord revealed the secret to only Daniel. They prayed, and they did that to a point that they had, you know, they prayed. They prayed, and they did it to a point where they had time they meet. It became something like a prayer meeting. So at that time, everybody will gather from wherever they are to pray. They were doing that consistently every day on the matter at hand. They will pray in the day. They will pray after, they will pray in the day. They will pray in the day. And after spending their daytime praying for God's mercy, then they will retire to sleep in the night. So they spend their day praying for the mercy of God on the issue at hand. But one day, after the prayer for the day has ended, as usual, they went to sleep. Then, while they were sleeping, the Lord came to Daniel in a night vision. The word night vision also means dream. So while Daniel was sleeping, the solution came to him in a dream. So this is how they do the prayer. They will meet and pray throughout the day. So in the night, everybody will go to their different houses and go and sleep. They gather again in the day, they go and sleep. So one of the days they gathered, after they retired to sleep, God now came to Daniel in a dream to reveal the solution to him. The problem started from the king's dream, and the solution started from Daniel's dream. God can solve a problem through the same way it started. God can solve a problem through the same person it started. Can you see that? God can solve a problem through the same means it started. The problem started from the king's dream, and the solution started with Daniel's dream. What you spend your day doing can determine how your night will be. You can't conquer in the night when you have not spent your day in God's presence. This night was a blessed one for Daniel, because in it, the Lord showed him the problem they were all waiting for. The solution came in verse 19, but Daniel began to worship God from that verse until verse 23. He worshiped God in 4 verses, if not about 5 verses. He worshiped God. He kept on worshiping God for the solution that was revealed to him. He was thanking him for bringing solution. He did not just rush to the king to tell him the answer. No, he took time to worship God before stepping out. That you have the solution does not mean you should rush out. Don't let the instability of others make you unstable. The king was in a haste, but Daniel was not in a haste. Daniel took time to worship God before coming out. Now, those 5 verses is like, him spending an additional 5 more days to worship God before stepping out to reveal the secret to the king. Now, let us consider the content of Daniel's worship to the Lord. Now he said, "Blessed be the God of heaven." He said, "Blessed be the God, blessed be the name of God forever and ever. For wisdom and might are his. He changes times and seasons. He removes kings and set up kings. He gives wisdom unto the wise. He gives knowledge to them that know understanding. He reveals the deep and the secret things. He knows what is in darkness, and light dwells in him." Now, then he said, "I thank you, I praise you, O God, O God of heavens, who have given me wisdom and might. He has made me known, he has made it known unto me what we desire of the Lord. You have made known unto us the king's matter." Can you see that? Those were the content of Daniel's worship to the Lord. It took some days to worship God. After getting the solution, he stepped back, worshiped God for some days before stepping out to present it. Always learn to take your time. Take your time with God. If you stay with God to get a solution, that's not a time to rush out. You need some days also to bless that God who has given you a solution before you come out to present it. Because it's not enough to have the answer. Your presentation also matters. This is the wisdom of God. Don't sell it.